Any questions on that? Again, that's very quick, I know. And there's a lot of, yep, go ahead.
So, okay, if I'm getting this right, so when you're calculating the yields, fat is bad.
Well, I mean, if you think about it from a butcher's perspective, they're gonna have to cut away so much of that in order to make it appealing to the customer. So that's decreasing the value or making it a lower yielding carcass. Because that's just being, you know, it's gonna have to be thrown away. You can't sell all that fat.
And would that have been true like in 1975, or would the fat have been more valuable? Has it changed a lot or somewhat?
Well, certainly consumers' needs or consumers' wants have changed, yes, in terms of leanness. But in terms of the, you know, the yielding of the carcass, and, you know, consumers' needs and wants, they probably back then wanted a little more fat, but now it's, you know, typically don't want to see hardly any fat on some cuts, so. Any other questions? Yes?
Can you talk on the quality grading side of it? On our end, on the food service end, when we see no roll, in my mind, that means it hasn't been graded. So they just didn't grade that particular batch of cattle, but the way you defined it, it sounds like they're lower grades.
Or classification.
They don't bother with grading it because it's either too old or doesn't have enough marbling.
Okay.
So a no roll means it doesn't qualify for basically the fat grades. It's standard or less.
When a no-roll carcass comes through the grading line, the grader will simply see, you know, oh, it's old, and he'll just roll it no-roll. And he won't proceed with grading it.
Okay.
And the phrase no roll means they have a deep wheel when they grade a carcass and they run the grade all the way up, and so it's a roll. So they just don't roll it because it doesn't grade.
Since these were processed here at the meat lab, they don't have, you know, a grade stamp applied. But like if this were a choice carcass, it would have a stamp in both the hind quarter and the front quarter that would say USDA choice. And what Ryan was saying, if it's a no roll, they'll just take that roller and roll all the way up so that they know that it's no roll.
So just to follow up on that, like commercial canner cutter, you know, that's a grade, isn't it?
Those are all grades, but they have the same value.
They have the same value, so anything below standard or below is the same
Yes,
value.
we call that academic exercise here on campus. It's nice to do, but it has the same value.
Okay.